Noswaith dda, croeso i gynhadledd Wasg Cymru yn erbyn
Thankfully.
Turkey. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Wales' Match Minus One press conference before we play Turkey tomorrow. We'll start off with Rob Phillips, and please state whose the question is for when you ask the question. Diolch.
Not again. It's happened.
Actually hear me for a change, which is very pleasant. First of all, Gareth, we're expecting something like 35,000 there tomorrow, and as good as the Red Wall is, 34,000 of them are going to be supporting Turkey. You said you've missed crowds at games. What sort of atmosphere are you expecting?
I think it's good to be playing in front of big crowds. Obviously, I think we prefer to be playing in front of 34,000 Wales fans, but it's obviously not meant to be. But whenever I've played in Turkey before, the atmospheres have been incredible. So of course we understand they're going to be cheering on the Turkish team, but I think to be playing in these tournaments, you want to be playing in front of crowds, and it'll be nice to have that atmosphere at the stadium tomorrow, and obviously get back to a bit of normality, hopefully.
That will mean taking hostility as well.
Yeah, no problem. This is what we do for a living. We're used to playing in away games and being in front of hostile crowds. So it's something that we enjoy doing. If anything, it kind of spurs us on to be a bit more, I guess, a bit more ruthless on the pitch, and hopefully we can keep them silent.
And how much better do you think you will have to play tomorrow, Gareth, to get a good result?
I think it's easy to say, we can go and play better, but different games, different situations, the heat is difficult to play, and also, it just depends how the game goes. I think, of course, we would love to put in a great performance and win, but at the end of the day, it's the results that count. The performances, we want to do the right things and be prepared and play great football, but at the end of the day we need to get results, and after the game that's the only thing that's going to matter.
Rob, can I turn to you now and ask you, your opposite number in Turkey, Şenol Güneş, said that he considers this a final tomorrow night. What do you think?
Yeah, we can see that. We can see that they probably looked at the fixtures coming into the tournament, into the group, saw that they had a very difficult opener against the favourites Italy. So they would be looking at our game to get the 3 points, absolutely. So we're fully prepared for that. Like I said, for us to get off to a positive start and get a point, having gone a goal behind against a very good Swiss team, there's a lot of positives to come out of that. Like Gareth just alluded to there, it's not all about the performance. It's about sometimes in tournament football, you have to find a way to win. And we've certainly done that. We've shown we can do that. We've shown resilience. But we're fully prepared for a tough game. And if you get 4 points from 2 games, then it sets us up nicely.
Do you think you need to win to progress from the group, Rob?
No, there's another game left. So we're just taking each game as it comes, Rob. And like I said, we've also identified this game as one that we can do all right in. So, it'll make for an entertaining game. But like I said, if we can, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a really difficult game. But 4 points from the 2 games, like I said, will set us up nicely then going into the last game against Italy.
And one more from me to you, Rob. Are you contemplating changes? And in particular, how do you get Gareth and Aaron involved more in the game than they were on Saturday?
Yeah, there's always going to be areas of the game that we want to improve on. We're greedy as footballers and coaches, and we want the perfect performance. And it wasn't that on Saturday, but we got a point out of the game. So we've addressed it today. We've had meetings about it as a group. We've trained it today and worked it. Different areas that we need to improve on, maybe. But if it all comes together, we'll be in for a positive performance.
All the best.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you. Nigel Adderley?
A question for Rob, please. Rob, you had long-term plans for the opening game against Switzerland. You told us you had 3 weeks to maybe contemplate the team you were going to select. Has your team selection for this game been influenced by what happened to you in the first game and also what happened to Turkey and Italy?
No, it's about getting our best 11 on the pitch. What we'll have to manage is games in quick succession. We've had 1 day's prep to get us ready for this game. So Gareth alluded to it earlier. It's the temperature plays a factor. Can players sustain that level that we expect in quick succession? So that's going to be something that we have to look at. Other than that, there's not going to be wholesale changes. It's about us going out and we know against any team in Europe that we can compete with. So like I said earlier, we're not going to fear anybody. We'll respect the opposition that we're playing against, but we won't fear anybody. It's about what we can do on the pitch.
And people always talk about the influence that Gareth and Aaron and Joe Allen can have on the team. But how pleased have you been with the players who maybe have come up from the Championship and the second tier and really impressed so far in this tournament for you?
Yeah, really impressed. And you've named, Gareth and Aaron and Joe, rightly so. We've also got people like Chris Gunter that isn't in the starting 11, but a massive influence in that squad. We've got great senior players. I've always said that. Where they come into their own is on the pitch and managing the game, and that will be prevalent tomorrow night. Against a very difficult opposition. 30,000 Turkish supporters in the stadium, so we'll need that balance tomorrow. But I've been really impressed with the lads that have played Championship football and stepped up to this level and give a really good account of themselves. Bearing in mind they're not playing domestic level as well. So when they've stepped up, they've not had minutes under their belt and they've done more than give a good account of themselves.
Thanks, Rob. Just a question for Gareth, if I can, as well. Gareth, we speak about the big names in the Wales team, but when players have to step up in an atmosphere like tomorrow night, who maybe aren't used to a hostile game, playing against the fans as well as a Turkish team, how much can you help them through?
Yeah, of course. I have the experience of playing in big games and hostile games, but it's not about me stepping up. It's about the team stepping up. It's about us as a team. I think everyone always goes on about individual performances and individual this and that and the other, who scores, who does what. But the most important thing is we work hard collectively as a team. We defend, we attack, and we deliver together. I think I've said it all through my Wales career, whether I've been scoring or not. It doesn't matter who scores. Whoever does score, we celebrate together and we win together. I think everyone's too kind of driven by this kind of individual performances when you can't do anything without your teammates. So we're just purely focused on doing everything as a team together, working hard. We'll deal with the atmosphere together, and I'm sure we'll put in a great performance tomorrow together.
Thanks a lot, Gareth. Good luck.
Cheers.
Thanks, Sam Dean.
Hi, a question for Rob, please. I was hoping to ask you about the national anthem and the way the players turned to the fans on Saturday. Joe mentioned that might have come from you. What was the thinking there and how did that plan out?
No, myself and Gareth, the captain, absolutely. As has shown our respect and appreciation to the Welsh supporters. Wherever they are, we want to face them and show them that respect.
And just again on the atmosphere tomorrow, does that at all affect your preparations for the game and how you want to approach it in terms of quieting them down or maybe taking the pace out of it a bit? Or how does it affect the way you prepare? No, we wouldn't prepare any differently because there's going to be X amount of supporters for the opposition. No, absolutely not. We've got a game plan that we want to stick to. We've got a game plan that we think we can cause Turkey problems. Like I've said, any opposing manager that looks at that team sheet is going to respect what we've got out there, and they know that we're going to pose them a threat. So that's what we're fully focused on is the game plan. Thanks, Rob. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Gary Jacob.
Hi, Rob. Can I just ask, you watched the game obviously on Friday night. Can you tell me where do you think Turkey are sort of strong and weak, please? You said a few times that you've got a game plan. Where are their weaknesses?
You want me to go through my game plan tonight? We've not just watched the game against Italy. We've watched a few games going back over recent months, and albeit personnel have changed, we're up against a very, very good team, first and foremost, and we'll show them that respect. Then that stops there. We identify where they're good, what the strengths are, but it's about us now having a game plan, like I've just said, and we've got players in this team that can hurt teams, and our full focus is going to be on our performance and how we can win that game.
You mentioned a couple of times about perhaps tiredness. Does that mean you're going to make some changes tomorrow night?
No, not necessarily. No, it was just something that we've got to be mindful of and have one eye on as the game's developing. That's what I mean by that. I've got, again, 26 players that are chomping at the bit, raring to go, and that's great for me as a coach. But because of the tournament environment, then there's going to be issues along the way. The heat is going to play a factor as well. So it's something that me as a coach and the rest of the coaches will have to keep an eye on. That's what I meant by that.
Can I just ask one to Gareth, please? Just ask him, when a player's in a very hostile environment, you mentioned it spurs you on. How does it spur you on as a player when you're out there, when you have a lot of fans just barracking you and just being quite aggressive towards you? How as a player, how do you get motivated by that?
I think, I don't know, you can look at it a couple of ways. I think the good thing is there'll be a good atmosphere. I think you always know when you would probably feel more like the away team tomorrow. So when you come into kind of an away stadium, you're going to get a bit more abuse, but it's something that all us footballers have dealt with in the past. It's the normal, and I think you kind of just you enjoy it. I think you feed off the atmosphere. Of course, they're probably not saying some great things or booing us or whatever, but I guess it makes you. I guess you want to silence them a bit more. It gives you that bit more, I guess, motivation if we needed any more. But it's the atmosphere that we enjoy the most, and that's what makes football so good.
Good luck tomorrow.
Cheers.
Okay, thanks, Gary. Don't see any other hands up at the moment. Whether anyone else has a question they want to ask. Leave it for a few seconds. No? Okay, well, I guess, we're done. Thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Cheers, Sarah.